Massive jubilation all over the camp of the obedience as Kenneth Okonkwo makes a U-turn, supports Peter Obi's one-term bid in office as the president of Nigeria. This one came as a shock. This guy called Kenneth Okonkwo is always coming up, with different stories, every now and then. I'm going to be playing a video for you guys to take a look at what he actually said in response to Peter Obi's tweet on Twitter, where he made it emphatically, clear that he was going to be running for just one term, that is 4 years, office. According to him, he does not need 1 million years to actually make an impact. And so the big man came out on TV, national TV, and was supporting Peter Obi. He said that people who are coming out to criticize what he said is just that maybe they don't understand what the Nigerian constitution is all about. According to Kenneth Okonkwo, he said in the Nigerian constitution, a president, is allowed to for one term. Coming back twice, is not, is not something that is constitutional. You understand? But the constitution allows you to run for just 2 times. If you can win the second time, it's not a must that you become a president for 2 times. That is, you must complete 8 years as a president or as a governor or as an elected officer of the law under any office at all. Let me play the full video for you guys to take a look at. Watch from the beginning to the end. Don't forget to smash the like button, share this video, let it go viral. And after this one, I will bring you the tweet which Peter Obi made on Twitter, which has been causing issues all over the place. Governor Soludo has reacted to it. So many APC members has already been reacting to it, stating that Peter Obi is only making a statement which himself knows that he cannot fulfill. According to them, 2 years or 4 years in office is not enough to achieve, all that Peter Obi said he could achieve. But Peter Obi has made it clear that he does not need 1 million years to actually make an impact. And I believe that Peter Obi, who has been a man of his word, will not fail at this point in time. Watch the video, guys, to the end and also share your opinion.
Don't ever believe what we tell you on our campaign trail, because we do not mean what we say. If they are saying that this is political theatrics to probably just get himself into power. Are they all indicting themselves, talking about all the politicians and the political parties knocking this down?
Thank you for inviting me, and thank you, viewers, for joining us. First and foremost, the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria made it clear. In Section 135, subsection 2, and Section 180, subsection 2 of the Constitution is very clear. The term of a president or a governor is 4 years. 4 years. The Constitution was direct. He said the president, after spending 4 years in office, vacates his office. At times, politicians behave as if they don't have any job. So when somebody says he's going to spend only 4 years, he simply stated a constitutional provision. But here is just a little addition. The Constitution says you are no longer qualified to contest if you have contested for that position twice in previous elections. And this is by Section 137, subsection 1B, and Section 187, subsection 1B. So the issue here is this. If you say you want to contest one term, that is your own idea. That is your own opinion. You are entitled to it. In Nigeria and in some African countries where elections are deemed not to be free and fair, that's where you have all these unnecessary arguments. Why did I say that? Even abroad, you're not sure, even when you're an incumbent, whether if you contest, whether you will win. That is where you will know that your term of office is not 8 years, it's not 2 terms, it's 1 term. So it ought not to even be a point of argument. Because even if you are an incumbent, if you recontest, you can fail. The only thing the Constitution says is that if you fail 100 times, if you have not been elected twice, you are still qualified to be governor or president. So for me, I do not see any issue whatsoever, except, like you said, distrust of themselves, and 2, because of the belief that there is no free and fair election. If there is free and fair election, then the issue of 2-term, 8 years would not arise. But here is another issue. Because of our rotational arrangement, which has this proposition of 8 years for South, 8 years for North, politicians now do not want to place themselves in a disadvantaged position, because 4 years having been taken by a Southern politician, if you are a fresh politician and you want to do another 8 years, you will know that you are dead on arrival. So it's a political strategy on its own for you to accede that you will do 4 years. It is not because the politician did not want to do 8 years, no. But he knows that he has only 4 years left from the Southern, remaining term. But here is another issue. By agreeing you will do 1 year, you do 4 years, you have also agreed that if there is any other northerner that say he will do also 4 years, then both of you are at the same level of equity, because there would be no injustice either section. So there's nothing wrong in a party, for instance, especially an opposition party that doesn't have an incumbent, saying in order that Nigerians will be free to trust them, that they are going to have a transitional government whereby whoever is going to contest would have to agree to do 1 term and do not exercise his constitutional rights to recontest. A party can do that, so that whether they present a candidate from the north or from the south, the Nigerians from either section will not feel that they have been betrayed or an injustice meted out to them. For instance, if a northerner wins in another political party and commits to do 4 years, then what it means is that the South and the North has shared for 4 years, like they did during the Yaradua Goodluck Jonathan period, and there will be no injustice. So there is nothing, absolutely nothing, that ought to raise concerns or arguments. But like you said, a man who kills by the sword does not like people to wave sword at his back. So politicians have made themselves very untrustworthy. So they go the extra mile to prove themselves when they make any proposition.
Moving ahead, guys, if you are actually watched that video up until now, you agree with me that, okay, Kenneth Okonkwo actually made a lot of sense in this particular one. Despite his disagreement with Peter Obi, on this particular one, he agrees that, yes, constitutionally, Peter Obi actually stated what is in the constitution. You understand? What Peter Obi said is in the ambit of the constitution. It's not something that is, from the blues, or something that cannot be, be achieved or realized. He's asking for 1 term, in office. According to Peter Obi, said after this particular election, if he does not win in 2027, he's not coming out to contest again, but he's willing to support the younger ones who might come out to actually, run for the office of the presidency, as he has always said that he's going to be lending his voice for the right people. Let me play you the video. Okay, let's take the tweet made by Peter Obi. My 1 term 4-year vow is sacrosanct. One of the greatest American presidents, Abraham Lincoln, served only 4 years, yet his legacy endured as a model of principled leadership. Another icon figure, John F. Kennedy, did not even complete a full term, yet his vision and ideas continue to inspire generations. In Africa, Nelson Mandela, revered globally as a symbol of justice and reconciliation, chose to serve only 1 term as president of South Africa. Despite immense public pressure to stay longer, his decision was a deliberate act of leadership, a statement that power must serve the people, not the self. Indeed, history shows that the longer many African leaders remain in power, the more likely they may be corrupt by it. Longevity in office is not a mark of success. Rather, it is purposeful, accountable service. However, brief accountant service. However, brief that defines true statesmanships. It is within this context that I reiterate my vow. I will serve only 1 term of 4 years, if elected president, and that vow is sacrosanct. I am fully aware that the delicacy in our society has made trust one of the scarce and most skeptically viewed commodities. Many Nigerians understandably no longer take politicians at their words, but even in this climate of cynicism, there are still a few whose actions have matched their words, whose integrity is built on verifiable precedents. Recently, I became aware of two statements aimed at bait indirectly at my vow to serve only a single 4-year term. One person remarked that even if I swore by a shrine, I still wouldn't be believed. Another suggested that anyone talking about doing only one term should undergo psychiatric evaluation. This is actually one of the statements that Soludo made about Peter Obi. He said anyone who is actually claiming is going to do one term, should undergo a psychiatric evaluation. Peter Obi went on, I understand the basis of their skepticism. They are judging me by their own standards, where political promises are made to be broken, but they forgot or perhaps choose to ignore that Peter Obi is not cut from other clothes. I have verifiable track record that speaks louder than speculation. Of course, in my political life, my word is my bond. When I entered politics in Anambra State, I made clear and measurable promises to the people to improve education and health care, to open up rural areas through road constructions, and to manage public funds with prudence. I fulfilled each of those promises without deviation. I did not swear by a shrine, nor have I been certified mentally unstable as a result of the honoring my word. My vow to serve only one term of 4 years is a solemn commitment rooted in my conviction that purposeful, transparent leadership does not require an eternity, like I said earlier. He went on, if making such a promise qualifies me for psychiatric evaluation, then we may as well question the mental fitness of those who framed our constitution, which clearly stipulates a 4-year renewable tenure. I maintain without equivocation, if elected, I will not spend a day longer than 4 years in office. In fact, I believe that service should be impactful, not eternal. We must rebuild trust in our country. I have educated my public life to demonstrate that leadership with integrity is not a myth. I have done it before, and I do not intend to betray that trust under any circumstances. 48 months is enough for any leader who is focused and prepared to make a meaningful difference. In that time, I intend not merely to make an impression, but to deliver on course promised to sanitize our government system, tackle insecurity through effective and accountable use of national resources, prioritize education, healthcare, and poverty alleviation, catalyze small businesses as engines of growth, and combat corruption with unfulfilling resolve. Above all, I will dedicate myself to transforming Nigeria from a consuming nation into a productive one, where agriculture, technology, and manufacturing replace rent-seeking and waste as our national resource anchors. These are not utopian dreams. They are realistic, actionable goals that are achievable within 4 years. A new Nigeria is possible. Peter Obi. Now, Peter Obi over time has always proven beyond reasonable doubt that he can actually achieve anything he wants to achieve. We saw his legacy, his impact in the government of Anambra State, what he has done for the people of Anambra State in 4 years before he completed his 8 years as a governor. And I believe strongly that if given the opportunity to serve at the higher level as a president, where he has full capacity, he has all the armed forces under his control, I believe he will even go as far as doing more better. But let me tell you one thing, they are not ready actually to allow Peter Obi to come into office, because they know that the corruption in government is going to actually is something that is not going to hold, like it's going to drastically go down. Peter Obi is ready to actually remove it at all level. This is one of the reasons why they are finding it difficult to actually allow Peter Obi to become the president of Nigeria. What is your take on that? Moving ahead, so the big man himself, Dele Farotimi rather, actually came out, made some statement advising the youth that it's high time we work with one mind. It's been a whole lot of drama out there. Tribalism has been playing its own biggest role in the minds of Nigerians, creating division out there. You see what is happening in Lagos and other parts of Nigeria, where renaming of streets and all of that has become the order of the day. All these things are political. They are trying to use it to divide our opinion come 2027 general election. That is their aim. APC will not stop until they go as far as ensuring that they secure what they actually want. So I've seen all the governors campaign. They believe that once you join the APC, you will return to office come 2027. This is because they don't believe in free and fair election again. This is because they are not there to work. They are not there to make an impact, because governors who are making impact, like Governor Alex Otti of Abia State, does not have any reason to decamp to the All Progressive Congress or to a PDP or to any other political party, other than to remain in Labour Party and work. Today, the people of Abia State is so happy with him, building about 261 schools across, smart schools, not just schools, smart schools equipped with computer, standard education. This is what Abia State is the project they are embarking on now. And you will tell me that they are not going to vote him in? Look at the infrastructure development, construction of roads, hospitals, and other things that are going on in the state. This is one of its kind. This is one of the government that Peter Obi is trying to extend to the higher level. Becoming the president of Nigeria is going to even make more impact. Now watch the video and listen to what Dele Farotimi said concerning the upcoming election and what we all need to do.
You know what they say about the silence of the lamb? The silence of the lamb victimizes it. If it would wail, perhaps they would have spared the lamb. When are you people going to wail? If there will be more wailers, we will stop having solos, and then we'll have a chorus. What has silenced you? Is it religion? Oh, they told you should pray. Oh yeah, you should also fast. But have you asked your pastors? If fasting and praying is what has built the church, if the Lagos state government will build good schools, will the Igbo man in Lagos break it down? And how has it prevented Sowore from building? How has anybody stopped anybody from building? I speak to Lagos because this is where I live. The reality is that if we will focus on the things that affect all of us, we will see very clearly that our issues are the same, regardless of our ethnicities. Do not become accomplice to evil by being silent. Your silence renders you an accomplice. It is in your wailing that the system does not normalize evil. Evil is normalized in your silence, by your silence. Some of you would explain the evil based on one ethno-religious sentiment or the other. It renders you complicit. If it is evil, regardless of who is doing it or to whom it is done. Subjectivizing the truth silences you. And that is why you legitimize your own silence by labeling those who speak as wailing wailers. When will you start wailing? When we are wailing by your graveside? Is that when you will wail?
Well, guys, the big man, Dele Farotimi, made it clear that it's high time we begin to work with one mind, just like I said earlier. I mean, 2027 is not going to be a success if we all continue being on our own lane, stating that this one is not our brother or this one is not our sister. Of course, we all need to actually come out together and begin to work, because this is the betterment of Nigeria, not for individual glory. It is for the glory of the nation at large. And it's high time we begin to, put aside sentiment, put aside tribalism, put aside, what the divisions amongst ourselves, and begin to actually come out to speak the right thing as 2027 is approaching, already the APC people are already making their plans. They believe that they have won the election. The issue of electronic means of vote transmission is still, underway. They are, refusing and trying to push it under the carpet to ensure that the already written results, which they have already done, is what they are going to announce in 2027. This is the government of the day for you. They don't really care about democracy. Like, truly, there's no democracy in Nigeria. Democracy don't buy tete for Nigeria. Since, the days of Buhari, democracy was exterminated. That is it. And it's high time, if we really want it back, then we must push for electoral reform. That is to say, electronic means of vote transmission must be implemented, which INEC, Yakubu Mahmood and Tinubu is opposing all the day. Oh my guys, this is much we can take on this for now. Let me know your take on Kenneth Okonkwo. The matter, it's just like Kenneth Okonkwo is really not even knowing where he stands, whether it's with Obi or with Atiku. All the best for him. Let me know your opinion via the comment section. Don't forget to smash the like button and stay tuned for other videos, guys.